politicians who promise progress but practice slavery, who will champion the death of some folks who just may be in connection with truth, for progress and for safety, cut off at their roots saying Jesus will save me. How pious the fruit of capitalism. How sweet the faith of genocide. How deep the fate of Christian lives mounting up as the people cry for mercy. I have seen them die, worthlessly, as Christians stand by, unmoved in expressions of what must be, frozen, either in fear or in lack. But these Christians who watch as their leaders attack are the hands on the knives sticking into the backs of their brethren. I have seen them standing, idle and silent, fearing retribution, caught up in catechisms, but they pose no solutions, put their faith in the midst and give weight to delusions of grandeur, professional preachers' elocutions of candor. I have seen them asking silence of bystanders as they slaughter the meat. And so I speak, knowing this may be the last time you hear my voice, so hear me. Hear the divine through me. Here decline truly indicates design today. Intelligent minds at play as ignoramuses shower bombs and bullets, crashing into historical quandaries, ricocheting off the bones of true martyrs, from MLK to Muhammad, Jesus Christ to Mohandas, and to all the forgotten I speak. So hear me clear. Here I hear your misery flowing through the plangent beat of drums, linking the ancient to the present. We ache. They cannot numb us. They can't take our souls from us. We came before Columbus and will reign after the sun sets on this empire. After all the monuments expire, they will hear us singing songs as old as dust in fading stars, as old as 4 words pressing forth at the start of history. God's voice set there, let there be light. Bring you a little lower, and I'll bring you back up at the end. Is that cool?
Cool.
All right. It is hot in here. It is very, very hot.
Hey, you want to brother?
I'm not going out. It is extremely hot in here. I'm used to this. I'm used to heat, but
I guess in spite of how used to having all these people in. It's a beautiful thing.
All right. This next poem is for those who consider rebirth. Cutters do not always use blades. Sometimes they use fingernails or other people's teeth to breach skin.
Wow.
It is the sensation of opening, pain flowing warm and wet on the dermis, a thirst for fluids of one's own making that inspires the urge. I've watched some of the greatest minds of my generation crackle along blade edges like synapses. Their multiple cells gaping and closing borders. Their bodies, masterworks of grief and lost hope, stones they cast into the raging sea. I've known those who researched rebirth, driven by frantic urges to claim knowledge of their own ending, who with brave intent buy bullets for protection of something they cannot have and live. No, cutters do not always use blades to open bodies to air, or wait for red reassurance with smoke in their hair. The broken and the lost of 1,000-yard stare sometimes cut open the earth to see if hell is truly there. And some bear rebirth between tiny heartbeats, moving like moonlight over a housing project, revealing only what we refuse to see. The risk, the vein of a whole city cut off from nourishment. I tell you, cutters do not always use blades. Sometimes they use stones to stifle pride. I have known men cast like rocks against windows just to watch them shatter. Little boys dangling like question marks. What does it matter? I've seen the shining and desperate standing at the precipice, staring into the void, invisible ones, daughters of noise blowing fire into night skies, furtive SOSs of dream dragons lilting on clouds, nightscapes pulled through nostrils, pushed into veins. The Negro speaks of rivers of pain. The lost ones speak of inhuman stains. Atlas carrying the whole world. No strain, for there are some who carry the universe in labyrinthine brains. Minotaurs or devils, they roam halls unclaimed, cut from the same mold as the first human clay creatures, sucking the air right out of God's mouth, touching the fat and muscle finger of Michelangelo's imagination. Psychedelic purple haze, they pop pills with no prescription and set cocaine on pocket mirrors, but do they see their own reflection? Narcissists soul, looking inward to find dark matter churning between the stars. In short, they were afraid. In 2 words, they were damn terrified. And in a question, could it have been any different? Slay the dragon. Take the vow. Call true what you have known so long to be lies. Save yourself. Hold a heartbeat in an oil-slick hand. Call yourself a dreamer and let your memories